Tonight, from GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Carr now on first down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. On play action, it's Carr. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise. That'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller.
Just a really crisp, clean effort, well over 100 yards receiving.
But didn't you feel like he needed a hug when we talked with him this week?
Oh, because he wanted the touchdowns.
He wanted the touchdowns. He was all depressed after that performance. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You were brilliant. He's like, yeah, but I didn't get in the end zone. He must have heard from the fantasy players on that one.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here are the Chiefs now under their veteran head coach, Andy Reid. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside.
They've got his man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for KC.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Shotgun now for Brady. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
From the gun, it's Brady. He dumps it off for Henry. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Steps away. Catch is made by Hardman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Second down and goal. Brady buying time to his, and that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Chiefs have taken the lead.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area, and he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. One quarter in the books. 8-3, our score. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
advances beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now Brady, sliding out of the pocket, on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for KC. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady being chased out left. This is caught. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there. Second down, Jacobs once more. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half of an 8-3 game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense?
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
That throw by Brady, incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Well, Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Brady, rolling to his left. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll push the lead to 11-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Now Hill to return it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. In his own end zone, it's Brady. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Taken in at the 3. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now a play fake. Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now Brady on the bootleg. Steps away to his left. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Flush to his right. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Solomon Thomas able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And the pressure gets to him again.
It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go, timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Looking to throw. Carr.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10.
Here's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you cut down your field in a big way significantly. And the guys who play in the second and the third level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back towards the middle.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. To throw, it's Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this returnable for Hill. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt. I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady dancing to his left. And he's going to go down again. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. On play action, now Brady rolling to his right. That ball caught by Harrison. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take back
way. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number It's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On 2nd and goal. Brady, quick hitter here. It's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll extend their lead to 14-3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow give the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
On the return comes Drake. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. So a teammate picking. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Carr's throw taken in by Edwards. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Connecting with Renfro. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's Carr. And this is caught by Parker. And they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Brady going to throw here on the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady, and right side, Henry's got it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Brady to throw. That is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Brady to throw again. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are right back in this football game.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, two-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw it than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Carr to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Throwing his Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but